Alright, we're live. Welcome back, everyone, to some vintage story on the streams. Gonna be playing this for a good while today, I think, while we relax and have a good little weekend. Happy Saturday. First things first, let's go ahead and check in on the farm. Hey, Foreign, how's it going? Ah, wonderful. The parsnips are ready to harvest for seeds. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is great for us. Hey, Eric. Good to see you as well. How's Athenia doing today? You guys probably cleared the second store location at this point. Gonna be a good building day, hopefully. There you go. That's what I like to hear. Alright, we got this. Alright, so I need to get a couple beehives up here. So 1, 2, I think 3, 4. 3, 4. So we need 4 more beehives. So let's go ahead and start gathering stuff for that. Which we can do. So the nice thing, not only do the cattails kind of look nice to have in our little brook and stream, we can harvest them. You know? Hey Kenji, how's it going? So big goal for today is we need to try and get a windmill online, or at least the building done and everything laid out for when we have sales. I think I'm a little short on flax fibers currently, but you know, maybe we'll get some more. So the goal for the windmill is I'm gonna go with kind of an ancient Persian, kind of Middle Eastern design in terms of layout and overall structural looks, but the blocks that we use to make is probably not going to be deserty in theme, just because if you look at what we have to work with here, we're in a very lush environment. So I'm not going to try and make it all out of sandstone or something crazy. And I also kind of want to make it look a little old and weathered, I think would be a good goal to have. How many cattails do you need per skep? Is it something like 24? It might be closer to like 18. 18 or 16. Doesn't matter though. We'll just gather enough cattails and see how many we get. We need 4 of them anyways. And we'll have to populate them before we move them into their final location also. Shouldn't be bad to do. 16. So we need 64 cattails for 4 then. Getting chased by a Jeff. That's fine. Normal day. It's the 25th of July, which is the end of July temperature log will need updated as we slowly move into August of our second year here at this location. I think we've done a pretty good job for living at this location for how long we've been here. Obviously, there's still a lot to do. Ah, yes, joy. Get back here. Now allowed to just run rampant in my farmland surface shiver. So the temperature throughout the year looks like it's pretty mild. I mean, it makes sense since we're in a temperate climate. Doesn't look like we're gonna really get up into the 30s or anything crazy temperature-wise. This means that the crops that kind of require longer summers might be a little bit more time-oriented, but you know, if there's crops that can do better and a little bit in the colder environments, we'll be able to have a longer harvest time with those. So rye is going to be a big one for us, and anything that's going to do well kind of in the winter also. I don't think I've logged peak negative temperatures yet. Obviously we get below -15 at certain times, so anything colder than that is not going to be viable unless we get some sort of greenhouse, which we might have a greenhouse eventually for that extra 5. Come back up. Come back up. Okay, there we go. I didn't realize I already had some water in there still. Hey, Pancake, you enjoying the rain? Fetch. Good boy. You can numb on that for a little while, bud. I think at this point everyone's just watching for more Pancake. Let's go over here. I think I have enough copper for another copper pour of 8. And it just takes 2 anthracite to do that. Yeah, such a good boy, that Pancake. That is true. So we'll get 8 more bars. I'm going to start getting some plates made so I can get some lanterns around the build. Start building some lamp posts as well. Just to kind of keep the darkness away. I got some cassiterite here that I'll probably want to turn into some tin. That'll refill our bronze if we need to. And to get some more gold and more native silver for some black bronze and stuff. 10%. So basically we need what? 2 silver, 2 gold, and the rest copper. So, to get a black bronze ingot, which means we're going to have to go get more copper as well. Our shield has just been taking a beating. This knife is about to break. We need to look at, does it need a reforge? Yeah, actually, it kind of needs a reforge and stuff too. So we have a couple 10 bronze bits left. Let's get a couple of these skeps placed. That way things can start swarming onto them. Hey, stop. Stop. Jeff is very aggressive today, guys. There we go. What are we at? High rift activity? That makes sense. Getting there, yep, halfway there. So in that regard, let's go ahead and take this knife apart. Throw it on the Reforge here. How many bits are we gonna need? Well, it looks like just one bit. Stop. Hey James, how's it going? I don't have my knife now. This handle's shot, so we'll get rid of that. That's fine. Don't really have another binding item to use. Let's go grab a new handle for the knife though. I swear I used to have a whole bunch of ropes, but I think we used literally all of them. For the winch system. Do I have any nails? I do have nails, so that'll be the binder for a new knife. Good, I'm glad. You don't have any cool weekend plans going on? See, when I'm at full HP, the whole rubber banding that I notice all the time, it's perfectly fine. You know, it happens every now and then. It's not a big deal. But, like, whenever I'm injured, the rubber banding is just awful. And I swear it's X skills. BS and training your puppy for the weekend. Okay, cool. You do dog shows or something? Or is it just puppy school? Take him to a training place. Yeah. The classic sit, heal, stay training. Hey, Pedoro. Pedoro? Yeah. Alright, so we'll add this to the knife to get the knife repaired. We'll just warm it up very quickly using coal that's left. Oh, well, actually I need to heat this up too. Crap. Crap. Make sure that stays at around 900 degrees. Go in the backyard if it doesn't rain. Yeah, I was gonna mow this morning, but then I slept in. I have a lot of staff coming in to try and work on the blacksmith today. A lot of staff. How's the stream, by the way? How's the quality? How's the audio? Everything normal? We good? Everyone happy to be here? Might be able to work it. Stream is fine? Good. Yeah, see, happy to be here. That's the correct answer right there. And sharpen this thing up. Nice. Got a good knife. Hey, Nawak. How's it going? A lot of people returning for the vintage story content, which is always awesome for me because I don't know, I like sharing this game. I like to build in it. I like to see what you guys make in it. It's cool that we have other streamers on the server, Booster and Red. All in all, a real good time. Stop. Stop. Dodge that rock. You see that? See that dodge right there? Yeah, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Rot is proceeding nicely. Let's dump off some of our parsnip seeds that we gathered. So I put my fruiting bag down here, and so far it's kind of prevented the crash that I was seeing. So I feel like the fruiting bag, I don't know if anyone else is running into this, but when it updates and changes states to have mushrooms on the side, I get like a map update error. It doesn't know how to draw the map. When I relog, it's fine. It like almost doesn't care. But I don't know if anyone else is kind of running into that specific issue. I need to get some more storage down here too. I made some copper spiles that will be hopefully putting on some trees soon. Grass can get stored. Should probably make another barrel. So I can get through another stack of rot. Oh shoot, it's got water in it now. Had to time that perfectly. I'm gonna put our watering can back out over at the farm. So the spot that I think the windmill is gonna go, I'm gonna kind of cut into the hillside here a little bit for the building, and then the windmill is gonna poke up, I think there. So we can probably go ahead and get started leveling this little segment out, I think. Yeah, if I fill it in back in here, I think it'll look nice. Plus, when you're leaving the windmill, you have the view of the farm, and then you come down this way. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want. See? This is why I build into the terrain a little bit. Just gonna fill in using gravel, because it doesn't really matter what I use to backfill in here. Go get some shears and clear out these shrubs. Oh. Hey, Jeff. Nice weather we're having today. Yeah, so I'm thinking next season what I'll do, chat, is we will not have X skills, I don't think, as a test. We won't have X skills, but instead I'll download another class mod. I'm not going to have class locked recipes again or anything like that, so don't worry about like class lock in terms of that, but it'll be more classes for bonuses in specific areas. I think that's what I'll do. X skills is really strong, and I really like X skills, but you know, next year or this winter, I don't know yet when the next season will be, but like we'll kind of move away from X skills as a test. Oh wow, I had a bunch of flax fibers in here that I didn't know about. Great. All right, that's actually I needed that. Now I can make this. I need a wide sail. There might be a more lightweight kind of equivalent of X skills. I know there is a couple things that kind of are like it, but I don't think it adds like quite as powerful things either. I'll have to see what's there, but you can see like I hope this comes through on the stream, like how much I rubber band around. Like it's fine right now. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The lag seems to be from prehistoric Phonomon. At least that's what the forums have been saying. Yeah, but my lag gets worse when I take damage. Like if I'm at full HP, it's not that bad to me. Like the little bit of rubber banding. That's fine. But if I take damage and start running around, it feels like it goes crazy. What was I doing again? Oh, sales. Alright, cool. First set of sails here. Beautiful. We need an axle. What y'all have to do. Worry about that later. Could make it really challenging and just go vanilla. Good. If you go creative, it's buttery smooth. If it was from some kind of terrain generation, that wouldn't have changed. Yeah, see, exactly right. Yeah, like when I'm in creative mode and like just flying around, and I'm flying, you know. I'll show you guys. Like look at this. It's perfectly smooth. Like I'm not getting any hitching, no lag, no rubber banding. The server knows where I am at all times. You know? It's only survival mode. Now, I know there was like this old thing that people documented that like when it, like I have more than max HP. So that could be the issue. Like there's just odd things with the game sometimes. But we have it heavily modded, so I can't expect it to be perfect either. Let's go grab a log. Hey Fox, how's it going? And I need a chisel and a hammer. I have just the max HP. Yeah, so like that's why I dropped long life. To see if it would help. And I feel like it did help a little bit. And it could also be strong back. It could be the extra inventory slots for all I know. Tough to say. Could be cat eyes. It is the price to pay with mods. That is true. That is true. Again, it's not enough for me to be like, oh, this is unplayable. At least. It's mostly noticeable in combat, but combat's so honestly kind of easy that like it's kind of whatever at that point. Good luck, streamer. Good luck, streamer. Yeah, we're playing. We're on a Minecraft speedrun right now. I'm still looking for ender pearls. Don't have any. For some reason, I don't think the endermen are spawning quite right today. All right, so we got that. That's great. We have a couple iron plates that we traded Jur for. So let's see. What do we need for the vertical? Okay, we need a log, resin, and fat. It's the rain. Yes, I can feel it in my bones. You're right. My war wounds are acting up. That's truly what's going on. Don't need that. Alright, so iron, chisel, hammer, log, boop, boop. Alright, cool. So we have the start over, we have our rotor, and we have our sail assembly. We have a little bit of a wood axle. Let's go back to clearing the land. I actually came over here for shears before I started crafting windmill parts. We got a little plateau up here. Yeah. There's so much about this game that's very ASMR to me, which is great. Nice. More enchanted stone. We take that. Oh, wait. I need to go into normal mode. I don't want leaves right now. How's it going, General, dude? I was putting around your guys' base a little bit over there with Red. Looks like you're getting some good progress done on like the base platforms and things for your trees. It's a huge project that you guys are trying to do, though. Not bad. ... Oh no, I don't need the ... dots. Are you migrating servers again this weekend? Hey, you know what? I like it. I like the energy and the willingness to go big or go home. Decom the equipment and swap the floor of the DC before we turn lights off. Okay. Now, you're not actually going and touching the hardware, right? You're not going into the data center yourself, I don't think. I would assume that's another person doing the actual physical stuff. I have memories going to visit my dad while he was at work when I was growing up. Like, I'm talking like I'm probably 5 years old, something like that. And he's like in a server room that isn't started up yet, and so like it's hot as hell, and he's like running cables and stuff through the ceiling. Basically standing up a data center. For net planning of this time around, I have about 15 people to report to me that oversee that stuff. There you go. Yeah, let them deal with it. Alright, so this is where the windmill is going to sit. We're going to nestle it into this little valley we carved out. I'm going to need to make a bunch of packed dirt, I think. Can I store this gravel in our rubble bin? I think so. Yes. Because it's all the same stone type. Perfect. Here, we don't need that. Throw that there. Trying to clear some inventory space. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. I'll take a rope. Don't need that. Don't need that. I like, if you throw a maple seed, I don't know if you guys have ever noticed this. Here, we'll do it from the top of the roof. If you throw a maple in the seed in this game, it actually helicopters. It actually helicopters. Properly. It's the little things in Vintage Story that just get you, I think. Guys in Anita were like, yeah, I did that install in person for that guy. Did my audio reset again? Volume mixer. Yeah, Vintage Story keeps dropping audio. I don't know why. It's for dry grass. So dry grass can fit in here. Also, I guess it's turning into aged hay eventually. Which is the final form of dry grass. And so if you want an aged hay roof, you can make those. I personally like the piles more. Alright, packed dirt. Best building material in the game. Packed dirt, guys. If you want to lay out a building, pack dirt. Throw it up real quick. Yeah, I need to get rid of all these piles and slowly upgrade to crates. Alright. So, based on what I have here as a little bit of a reference, these are actual kind of flat buildings. So I'm gonna fit this in here. What is that? 4 wide? I think I want... I want a nice 5 wide. And then the windmill portion, we're going to offset it a bit. So let's say the windmill goes here. Okay. One, two, three. One, two, three, gap. I think here. And here. Alright, about here is the floor of the windmill. You guys will understand what I'm talking about here in a second. I might need to place the first bit too, just so I know how to make this upper area. Yeah, we'll take this to here. Vex heals on Aurora Fury and there's no lag there. Are you getting lag here, Dark? Because it literally could just be my machine, right? And I'm not talking about lag, like opening and closing chests. That's not, I'm not getting lag. I'm getting rubber banding. There's a difference. We have no issues at all. Yeah, you know. And it could just be me, even though I have a brand new fucking computer. Like here, see, now that I'm injured, look at this. Rubber band. Rubber band. Rubber band. Sometimes I have rubber band. Like, it's happening now, right? Rubber band. Where's General, where's the server located? What state are you in? Kind of in the south, right? Missouri. Damage tech animation because your character to pause for. Yeah. Yeah. 2 feet from your left right now. Midwest. Okay. I mean, I'm East Coast. It could just be simply that where because I'm see I'm at over max HP again. But 6.4, 6.4, but 16. Yeah. What's going on, dude? I don't know. It's something to note, but not really game breaking, like I said, at the moment for me. It's just something I deal with. I think it also affects my horse a lot. It like resets the horse walking. Florin, do you have that issue at all when you're riding a mount? Do you you kind of get like you have to kind of stop and then re-input like a run or something? Because that happens to me on the horse a decent amount. The horse does not work well at all. See, to me the horse works pretty fine. It's definitely better than the old horse mod. Get stuck every 15 seconds? Okay, yeah. So you guys are getting that too. I don't know if there's an Equus patch out or something that we might need to look at. Yeah, Equus or jaunt. Deer or any other thing super fast, so it's a bit wonky, yeah. Well, I don't think the deers uses jaunt, do they? Could be a jaunt thing. Then. So I'll give you a trick real quick with jaunt, Dark, if you're curious. Let me get some water and stuff. So what it's doing, at least from my perspective, is that when I'm on my horse and walking around, all right, I have this little symbol on the bottom left, the horse, and each little hash mark is the speed of the horse. So 1 hash is walking, 2 hashes is, you know, a trot, and then a canter, blah, 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 blah. And what happens is, eventually, I'll lose all these dashes and I'll come to a complete stop. And all you gotta do is tap sprint again, and it'll just start right up here, if I can get it. Sometimes it happens more often, sometimes it doesn't. I think it happens more when it hits like a lot of weird terrain bits. Almost like it thinks you're running into a wall, and so it stops. But of course now it's not going to do it for me, because it's being a dick. I also think it happens more on the 1 or 2 setting. Let me test that. Come on. Oh my god. Alright, well, horses are fixed. Confirmed. I don't know what's going on. I just play the game. Never mind. But essentially that symbol at the bottom left, those hashes will go away when you stop. And just tap sprint again, and it'll start right back up. Don't like tap W again. Now, I use the lead to where I don't have to hold W. I don't know if the other lead where you do have to hold W, it happens less or more or whatever. John and Rustbound Magic spam the server with logging messages. Don't you dare put it on Rustbound Magic. Don't you dare do that. I think you're just trying to ban my dust habits. That's what you're doing. Okay, so it needs to be at least two away. Noted. Okay, so this is kind of the cool thing with these windmills. So a Persian windmill is a vertical windmill, and they actually make these out of like wood. There's no like cloth involved, I don't think, with the sails. And what they do is they create kind of almost like a turbine effect. So they will have kind of a wall here, right, to kind of choke the wind a little bit. And then I'm not going to do it. And then they do one of these. So they're forcing it through this passage, and that way it hits only... It's almost like a water wheel, right? You want the wind to go through this channel and hit in a consistent manner, and you're protecting this side of the blade so that it's kind of a one-way. I might flip this, because I think from down here I want to see the blade spinning. And then I've seen some other versions of it where the, like, one side might kind of open back up to capture more wind to force through. I'm not going to do that, I don't think. I think that's a little extreme for what I have in mind. But I'm going to have something basic like this. I could lower it a little bit too. I think I might go down one more block. John, Equus, and Genlib as the pre-work had a ton of updates since we first tested. Not sure if that's good or bad. See if the latest releases just kind of say if they're like a benign update, in which case that would imply to me that it's at least stable at that stage. Like if it's like a language update, right? Then I would feel pretty comfortable just patching it, you know. Like, hey, we added French translation. Okay, well that means there was nothing else really majorly wrong. Hey. John adds flying. Yeah, I think they were working on a dragon mount. I would assume it would check for the Draconis mod. And if it's not there, then... But you never know. Sometimes they forget to add the if statement. Or a case. They just hard-code it in there. Yeah, just remember the version we have, and it's not like we mess with the configs either. So something that I want to make this a little bit more visible is kind of want the side facing us to taper a little bit. Also, I might chunk out this back side of the mountain so it looks like the wind can actually come through here a little bit better. So if we taper it, and I'll chisel this to make it kind of a little bit more petite, I guess. Taking a 4-tier database table and doing a join on itself. They would never do something crazy like that, Jesus. And I bet they didn't use no lock too, huh? I might end up bumping the sail back up one again. Yeah, but it just needs temp DB, just toss it up to the 8 terabits of RAM on the server has. Yeah, because I kind of want to have a little... This is temporary, it's not going to be the full size of it, but I kind of want this roof to have a little railing. You know? Around it, or a little bit of a lip, which will kind of carve into it a little bit more, but... This way we have an OSHA approved space. I'm gonna shorten down this mountain job just a little bit extra. Because from the windmill I want to be able to see the farmland. Temp is the new permanent. What do you mean? Temp is production. That's that's what temp is. Just another acronym for prod. I haven't been running a defect fix SQL script through our DBA for the past 2 months. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I haven't been doing that at all. Why wouldn't I just fix the problem, you know, instead? The reason is because I don't control the software, and the software is slated to be patched in the future, and so therefore I'm stuck doing this stupid job. How'd that support ticket go? Oh, they washed their hands of it. It turned into, well, I submit the ticket, mark it as critical, get a response back asking for a screenshot of a certain application screen, send them the screenshot within 30 minutes of them asking for it, get nothing back on the ticket, follow up the following morning about it, saying, hey, kind of on a time squeeze, blah, 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 blah. Get no response to that inquiry. An hour later, I inquire again. Nothing. An hour later, I inquire again and up the ticket to mission critical. And then email the our main contact at the company, our rep, to be like, hey, we're not getting any movement on this. Rep is on PTO, so I don't get a response back from them. Email their backup. Takes about an hour, but then they're like, okay, we escalated it. An hour later, still no response. Follow up with a ticket, follow up with them again. An hour later, finally get a response. Asking, basically saying, we're looking into it. So they don't ask for any more information on my side. And so, let's see, at this point, it's past noon on day 2 of the issue. And so, I basically just go into our dev database and fix it. I just fix it. And then tell the company, hey, this is what I did. Do you guys sign off on this action or not? And then they're just like, yep, if that fixed the problem, then that fixes the problem. And so basically I don't think they looked at a single thing into it. They didn't even open my screenshot, I don't even think. They didn't do a damn thing. So that's how that ticket went. And then the following day, Rep gets back from PTO, apologizes that he was out. And then I just say candidly, the business thinks you guys didn't want to help us with the issue, and so therefore you didn't help us with the issue. And the business isn't happy about it. Their support this year has been just god-awful as well. Like, every ticket is like, I have to sit there and escalate it, and escalate it, and escalate it. Alright, now we got a little tunnel for some wind to blow through. Whoop. During the next contract meeting, they'll probably argue that the prices go up because reasons. Yep. Yeah, so your maintenance fee, the thing you pay us for support and maintenance of our product, is gonna increase. Huh, that's interesting. Why is it increasing? Because we offer good support. It's like, do you now? Let's go over that support, shall we? Let's talk about these couple tickets, my friend. The problem is, in government contracting, there's kind of no competitor to this company, so it just doesn't matter. Good support and tariffs, of course. Oh yeah, what are you importing from other companies right now? Steel? It's like, oh, you're importing the raw material, huh? Interesting. I didn't know you manufactured your database yourselves too. Who's that down there? Is that Cade? Is he home? Cade's probably home. I'm gonna go down here. Just kind of look at. I think once this is taller and you can see the windmill, I think it'll look cool. What do you guys think? Think it'll suffice? The problem is I don't have much room in here to do stuff in terms of quern. So I might have it come down straight into a gearbox like thing. So a large gear kind of inset into the floor. And then run that over to the quern. and kind of see what we can do with gearing it up, getting it to be a lot more efficient. Should have saw that coming. He wants more of my berries. Yeah, that is true. Cade's a thief. A thief, I say. I just blindly accuse my friend. I could also just lower the ground level a little bit. Whoa, that was some crazy rubber banding there. Alright, let's talk about this little building. This is like where the storage is gonna happen. Maybe it's a little bit of a storage area. See how bad the rubber banding is now that I'm injured again? I think it'll be cool. It would be cool, right, in this game. So with X skills, right, I can press R and I can go through my 6 bags for X skills and my normal 6 bags toolbar thing. Yeah, just don't get injured. True. It would be cool is every time you unlock a full row, like how in Space Engineers you can scroll through different bars. If every single one of these was a bar, you could hit like hold control and scroll through. You know what I mean? That way you don't have to do a lot of this back and forth. You can just scroll to what you're looking for, use it, scroll to another thing you're looking for, and if you're very efficient, like right now, all my tools are kind of on this area. Space Engineers 2 Survival releases soon. General, what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do with Space Engineers 2? Ever played Stationeers? They have terrains coming out for planets. Looks a lot better. I've heard of Stationeers, I think. Just gonna do what Splitsy is doing. Might do a test run with you, me and Silent, but other than that, let it bake for another 6 months longer. Honestly, that's super reasonable. Same game studio as Icarus. I don't think I've ever played Icarus. I wish Star Maid would have gotten a lot more love back in the day. This and Star Maid, I feel like Star Maid I thought was an amazing game. Just didn't make enough money for the dev to keep working on it. In fact, I might still have the opinion that Star Maid is better than Space Engineers 1. Still. Mainly, Star Maid is better than Space Engineers because there's no claim, in my opinion. There's nothing like if there's something that there's nothing that I can't make in Star Maid if I have an idea for it. The only thing that would be the bog down would be if it's too large, and I'm dying as I rub my eyes because I'm tired. The only thing that would be the limit in Star Maid is usually just the size of the ship, you know? But you could make massive ships. Combat. Alright, so we're level 8. Which means we're getting almost 20%, you know, more damage with our things here. So let's get, I guess, another fresh flesh. Am I gonna have to get long life anyways, just to get vampirism? Oh my god. Stop. 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 I'm reading, Jeff. Yeah, fresh flesh. Like, I think I made some pretty cool stuff in Star Maid, like, years ago. There was this one channel that I used to watch for Star Maid content. In fact, I think he's still linked on my YouTube channel. This is, like, when I first started YouTube. I think he ended up working on Astartes a little bit. I could be wrong. I think it was doing something with Warhammer at this point. Let's go ahead and harvest some horsetail here, so we can make some more bandages. I go through bandages a lot because I want to stay at max HP longer, just for the rubber banding almost. Let's go get some cattails from the creek. Yeah, I think it'll be cool when you're coming over this way and you can see the spinning windmill in the distance. Once it gets a little bit taller, we need more flax fibers though. Do I have? Okay, I guess cat eyes just isn't on right now due to the, it's not dark enough. Nice. Look at all this flax we're getting, guys. The small variant is a little slower to grow, but it should yield a little bit more. All of our onions doing well. How's the temperature? Only 12 degrees, which is kind of crazy. It might be almost the end of the planting season for us. I might have to switch back to planting winter crops. Like things that can kind of survive at least. Maybe to -10. The next time I plant. So it's probably going to be rye. Maybe parsnips. Carrots, maybe too. Hey Apex, good to see you. Or just smiley face. I guess you already waved. To go on a hunt for better winter crops and summer crops. Well, luckily we're in temperate, so anything in the summer, I just don't think it's going to get hot enough unless you went south far enough for it to be like warm all the time. Actually, no, you're north of me. So you're actually in a colder climate, right? Aren't you up here? Gets way hot. Oh, just because of this desert? Interesting. Okay. Can rubble storage hold dirt? No. That'd be cool though. That's what the quarry mod should add, a function to the rubble storage for you to throw dirt in here and make it into packed dirt, rammed earth, and you can choose the rammed earth variant just by mixing it into here. You know? I think that would be a cool addition for the rubble storage. Alright, I need to start getting some stone. I need to make a new rubble hammer. I need to reassemble my pickaxe after all the digging we did with it yesterday. Shovel's fine. And a new rubble hammer. And a couple of the other chisels, I think. My handle. Let's sharpen this. I like the fact that we can sharpen the tools before reassembling it. Yes. General, or if you're watching, okay, I'm going to explain something to you that you might explain to Red. I see that, at least I saw yesterday, that Red was using the table to assemble tools and everything. I don't do that because it's faster. It's easier for me to just nat to. So if you stick a handle in your offhand and you have the tool head in your main hand, you just hold right click and it's going to stick it into a single item. And then you take the binder, throw that into your offhand, and then stick that on the combined handle and head, and then boom, you get a tool. Which is kind of, this is, you know, fine if you're figuring it out, but it's just faster to do that. Also, it means you can do that without needing one of these nearby to assemble a tool. But I don't know. Obviously do what's comfortable and whatever makes sense for you. How many gears does Athenia have? You guys probably have a lot. In fact, you know what? I need to start a gambling hall. Do you guys want to play blackjack? Do I need to start making some board games and start challenging people to stuff? Just the one? Okay. Like, I kind of want to play Go against someone. Like a simple 9x9 Go board. Could be cool. Alright, rubble hammer. We already have the rough cut chisel, so I should probably get the polished stone. So like a finishing chisel. I almost died! Oh boy! That's fine. That's why I put a lightning rod on top of the house the last stream. Boy, saw all my life flash, literally, before my eyes. I think I can make... Yeah, see, it's gonna... Try and use toolsmith. Just get a couple nails and a couple new handles. Yeah, you can also do this in bulk, so you can have multiple handles in your inventory. Throw them in there, then put the nails. Boom, 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 boom. Tools. Just like that. Did my kapok trees regrow? Well, they did. Awesome. Just made a new saw, so this one I will be getting rid of, I think. This is Ashley's old saw. Don't need that. Hey Anthony, how are you? Alright, now, where were we getting... Okay, yeah, andesite's up there. Let's go over to the andesite mine. Kind of quarry that we're starting, which is basically digging a giant pit. Nope. Get some water. I need to start eating some of this stew. Oh. I think I had to make a new bowl, because when we died in the cave, I think I lost mine. Nice. So I'll munch on that for a little bit. Let's go check the farm. And then head up into the quarry. Okay, still blooming. Almost ready here. Flax is getting there. Those are bees. Oh, I thought I had bees in these ones. No, it's over here. Weird, what happened to my bees in that one? Did a raccoon get it? Do I have a raccoon problem? I swear I had a bee in this one. No, it's a normal block, but due to the texturing and the hitbox of it, I can put the skep into the tall cairn, and it looks like a beehive is made in this pile of rocks. So it's kind of cool, in my opinion, that you can do that. I actually really like the stone cairn mod. A lot of cool little things you could potentially do with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and dig out a chunk here. So I'm gonna dig a staircase up to it. we go. I'm gonna get some mortar for bricks. This windmill is gonna be kind of our first brick or block kind of building, like ashlar. It's gonna be probably a combination of ashlar and maybe even dry stone. Mixed dry stone looks so good. Yeah, I'm sure this is perfectly safe and I'm not going to get a cave in at all, right? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. Perfectly safe. Yep. As long as you disconnect from the ceiling safely. I mean, it's starting to get pretty it's getting to 50% around here. But I'm not going to be mining around this spot anymore, so it's okay. Also, mine at max range so that if something does happen, you can hopefully move, get out of the way. Someone's gonna ride their horse into here. I just know it. I'm gonna get a message. Be like, Uthris, what did you do? I should probably make like some sort of little fence around the top. Not really. It's honest because of the trees. It doesn't look overly unnatural because there's another spot kind of here. 1, 2. I'm gonna leave these blocks up here because what I can actually do is quarry it, and then I get some free smooth stone out of it. Because in theory, those two blocks should no longer be supported and turn into a smooth stone. Efficiency. Efficiency. Okay. Pock? Maple, birch. All right. Need mortar, which is slaked lime and sand in a barrel. Slaked lime is water plus quick lime. Quick lime in a pot. We're gonna need to grind down some lime. This is another reason I want this windmill, so I don't have to use the quern manually. And then you're inside. In the rain, just pitter-patters against the window. How much lime can I fit in a pot? I haven't used the kiln to quicklime method. $16 lime and you only get 10 quicklime out of it? Server will restart in 30 minutes. So if you want to know the quick way, chat, to get quicklime, I'm not going to do the pick kiln method, I don't think. I think I'll do it the other way. And this is the same, you can do the same trick with calcined flint. And Dana Twigs might fix this anyways. But the problem with quicklime and calcined flint is that when you bake it, the progress bar, once it's full, it resets the temperature of the item getting baked. So we'll test this to see if that's still holding true. Temp reset still? Okay, good. If the temp still resets, then this is the trick. Okay, you get a fire pit. It's not active. Okay, that's fine. I think I wanted people to use the quicklime thing. You can do quicklime in the beehive kiln, right? So what you do is you heat up the quicklime stack on your own. It's going to take a little bit of management. It's the bricks in the beehive kiln. So you make a lime brick. So I could do this and fire them in just a pit kiln, right? So now that they're at temperature, pretty sure you used to be able to do this and just throw them back in there. For some reason, they're not heating up now. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll do it this way then, because this will be faster. Need 2? Oh, it's 2. I'll use the beehive kiln. That's alright. 2 pieces big into one. Yeah, okay. I can't read. I can't read. Alright? That's what we just discovered. Uthris can't read. It's fine. Praise Dave. Praise Dave! Think that they fixed that exploit? No, I don't think they did. Ow, dick. Okay, cool. I have some water there. Yeah, you know, it's just powered by Dave. Dave powers that one. He's nice like that. Helps us out a lot. Anyways, quick line. Oh my god, just stop. Get some help. Yeah, there's a rift inside of it right now. Okay, so slake lime is 1 to 4 equals 4 liters of water. We're gonna have what, 8? 50 divided by 2 is 25. 6. One quicklime brick equals what, 3? Quicklime? And I need a pulverizer to do this? I can't just pulverize it into and I don't have a pulverizer, guys. I don't have a pulverizer. Alright, year 1 temperature for July is gonna be the end of July. 14 degrees. Yeah, temperature's going back down. At the beginning of July was 16 at night. We're in the 14 area. So we're past the hottest days. These chefs are real mad at me, huh? Yes, I know I need a windmill first to have a pot. Who are you talking to? What the hell, Dark? It felt like it was just a season ago. Dark was asking in chat all the time on how to do things. And now, he just says how to do things all the time. He just knows it all. He knows it all. He's the wiki. Dark is the wiki now. I'm proud of him. He's grown so much. Okay, 2 degrees. All right, we're gonna try the other trick then first. I think it'll be fine. Instead of doing these bricks things. I suppose so. I suppose so. You have become the H menu. Oh no. The H menu now. You don't look at it. It looks at you. And judges. Robkin, what are you doing, man? It's causing the game to just kill you. Alright, Mortar. Diamond pattern mixed stone. That's pretty cool. Building cabinets? How's that killing you? And should I be concerned for my safety? The recipes are mixed up. Really? Not killing me, it's crashing you. Yeah. But why is it, like, are you talking about, like, the fancy pine cabinet? Like, this would crash your game if you made it? And get this whole stack a lot hotter so it retains temperature a little bit more. Yeah, it does make it go back to cold. It's a little rough. Thorn, excited to crash his own game, jumps into the fray. Right inner cabinet makes the left inner. I don't see a right inner cabinet. Where even is that? I see inner cabinets, but no right inners. I see left cabinets. Left uppers, right cabinets. Upper inner cabinet makes fancy upper corner cabinet. I thought yeah, it might. Hold on, I need more coal. Just wasting my time trying to do it with peat. Doesn't stay hot enough. I gotta go mine some more anthracite. Stuff's just so good. Let's get this all back up to temperature real quick. Plain upper inner cabinets seem to only take copper nuggets, while fancy ones take other nuggets. Yeah, that was my understanding too. One of them only takes copper, I think. Haven't got a flight spell yet. Actually. I need to focus on magic at some point. I'm trying to decide on how I want to handle magic. Like, do I want to... I kind of want to have little altars, shrines around. Depending on if it's a dark spell, light spell, or neutral spell. The only problem, of course, with that is just simply like, oh, yeah, you are like spreading out your crafting area so wide that it'll be annoying to run around, but maybe not. I just think it'll look cool. Like if I treat it like the farm in a way. I think it'll look good, yeah. I agree. Alright, I'm done messing with the lime. This will be the last one. That'll bring me up to 16 quick lime. Pancake, why are you never defending the homestead from these Jeffs, Pancake? Why do I even have you? No house for Pancake yet. He's munching on a bone, though. Fetch. Good boy. Actually, now that I have one... Where is it? I know I have one somewhere. Where did I stick the rest of my bowls, chat? Break to recycle. Oh, cool. I got a little thing of compost back for that. And I get some flax twine. Is that enough to make a whole other fruit bag? And I lose one flax twine. That's not bad. Where the heck did I put those other bowls? I had 3 other ones. Oh, okay. Yep, here it is. Alright, here. Here you go, boy. Have some water. Alright, so 16 quick lime. The slake lime is, we need, what, half the water? So we need 8 liters of water. Excuse me, I'm borrowing your bowl real quick. We'll use dog water here. Okay, throw this in here. Am I missing something? 1 to 4. Oh, I need 4. Right? Yep. 16 liters of slake lime. Okay. I don't know why I was so bad on the math there. Alright. Slaked lime. So 16 sand. We have 0. Woo! Alright. Sand. I think I can turn gravel into sand using the rubble hammer, right? 128 mortar. So Ashlar requires 1 mortar per 2. This does polished rock. This does rock. Rubble hammer will give stone. Wedge chisel will give bricks. So we need a wedge chisel. That's the one I didn't make yet, of course. Alright, wedge chisel. Let's go grab a handle. Alright, server's restarting, so we'll log off. Just give it a second here, chat, for the server to come back. In fact, I'll preemptively restart my game. I think it's always a good idea to restart Vintage Story wholesale whenever you come out of a save. I like this upper bookcase thing that they did here, where they covered half the block in trim. So this is probably a full block bookcase, but because it's covered, it just looks like a little nook up here. Same thing over here on the corner cabinets. You just can't see the upper half. It's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, little details like this in Vintage Story, I think, is what make the games really cool. And I feel like, I hope eventually some of these clutter pieces have a little bit more of a use to it. Like, it would be cool if this quill and book set, right, you can just have as a journal. So, like, when you use it, you can read or write into it. And it's just forever kind of just placed here. That would be pretty nice, I think. A room buff, so like kind of like how Valheim and how what's the other one, Crosswind? It's kind of doing it where it adds some sort of decor buff to your base, and that like increases something for you for a period of time. So like some sort of comfort level. That could be cool. Alright, server does not restart in a minute. Understood. General setup is fast, but not that fast. How about 2 minutes? Look, the fact that you can even do the restart in 3 minutes, which I think is the normal, is pretty crazy, Journal. Comfort or just thematic, like a kitchen benefiting specifically cooking or smithy benefiting that. Okay, well that's kind of like crafting station upgrade oriented, so that's a little bit more... It's Valheim and Crosswind still kind of did that, right? Where like to make tier 1 stuff, you had to have a couple things, like a fire pit. To make tier 2 stuff, you need to have like some pots and pans on the walls. Couple in-game years, I'll have Gen 10 giant deer. Nah, man. That one lightning strike just coming down. Boom. Boom. It's going to crush your hopes and dreams. I think that'll make your faction, though, complete, right? You are the elves. You're the only ones that have enough thousands and thousands of years to actually tame these giant deer. Now, I hope... See, I think that, like the Draconis mod that they're working on, right? The one to so you can like tame and mount dragons. That's cool. But what would also be cool would be like giant hawks. You know, I think that would be more fitting in this world than a giant dragon. Almost. Four minutes now, General. 4 minutes to restart the server? No, that's still super fast. That's perfectly reasonable, I think. It gives you time to like stretch, get up, walk around. There's a mod called Draconis that's being worked on. Which chisel? It was the wedge chisel? Yeah, no, it's in a pretty good state if you want to find it on the ModDB. I think they have their first dragons in. They're kind of feather dragons, which can be cool. Quick, everyone rejoin. Crash the machine. Overload it. DDoS it. I guess what General can't access is his media environment. Oh, sweet, and level 9 in metalworking. Let's do Duplicator, I think. Alright, wedge chisel. We have bricks. That's what we needed. I need a hammer, don't I, to get this to work. Nah. Hey, Rageaholic. I think it fits decently well. I just think a giant hawk would be cool too. For sure. And I feel like it would fit a little bit better, but they did well on the dragon. Let's make sure this chisel stays nice and sharp. Alright, so we have a bunch of ashlar blocks. So 3, 3, 3, 2. Boom. Oh. Alright, and then if we surround that with stone, we'll get some dry stone. So we'll try and mix some of this together. Soon medieval miniature for dragons are feathered. Yeah, probably. I mean, it is kind of a made-up creature in a way, right? And there's different lores, you know, from like an Asian to medieval to, you know, dragons kind of mean different things to different groups. Messenger ravens. Oh, that'd be a cool mod too. Maybe the envelope mod could have some metro ravens or pigeons, you know. And then we can say, as the crow flies. Flax is almost there. Onions are doing well. Also, I need to log that final temperature that I had. It was 14 degrees, right, chat? Or was it 12? 14 or 12 when I looked. I'll mark it as 14 for now. We need to get another parchment started for some of the other months. Yes, some of them definitely did so far. For some reason, the final blooming stages for parsnips feel like it takes forever, but they will get there. Okay, so I think we're gonna have like a little raised walkway back to here. I don't know how I want to do this yet. This is gonna be a little weird. I might end up lowering this, because if this gets crazy tall, then I might have to raise up this wall a little bit more. And lowering it isn't going to hurt anything. Man, I keep waffling on the height that I want this. I think lower is going to be better. Because when it gets taller, I'll be able to see it from down below, which was kind of my concern before. Alright, let's go get some rocks. Get some cobblestone. What's the windmill for? It'll be our grain mill up there. Just grain. Oop. Good. I think the windmill is going to be our first kind of fully detailed out building, in a way. We'll do some chiseling. And we'll try and make it fit into the terrain decently well. The roof. How do you get some of these new plaster blocks? Okay, there's one. Raw daub. What do I want to do for floor here? I have no idea. Don't think I have a stonemason's blueprint yet. Model Dob is pretty expensive. I think it just means early game to the devs. I think it's just like what age you're in. So if you can make it without having to go into the metal age, it's considered early game. I think. Less so about level of effort. I think. I do agree. It's a little on the expensive side. Yeah, I probably agree with that. Um, let's see, where's this thing at? It's right here. Oh. Thinking. So you haven't hit iron yet, but I've seen improvements made on the pass-through blocks and the mill rate. It doesn't ramp down the rotational speed of the axe. Improved. Fits inside a full block to transfer power while maintaining room integrity. Yeah, okay. That's cool. No, I haven't checked that out. Can it do vertical pass through, or is it only pass through to like the, what's it called, the sideways or not? Vertical and horizontal? Sweet. Sounds super useful to me. Like I said, I wanted this mill to kind of look a little run down and stuff, so, you know, we're just blocking it in pretty broadly here, I think, to start. And I'll probably like chisel some, you know, some stones that are just barely hanging on to the edge here. It's like worn from wind and rain. This might be like a ruinous pile from like a little bit of stuff that was up here. This little ledge is gonna get trimmed down a lot. This upper area might get a little ledge as well, you know, for OSHA reasons. The inside, I wanted to come down onto a large gear, then gear up into the bottom of a quern. Problem being that querns, I mean, I could put the large gear honestly right here and then just feed it down and then under the quern and put the quern in the center of the room. I don't think I have explored enough to get the aged ashlar version. No, I don't have the stonemason's blueprint, I don't think. But that could be a reason to put this up one, maybe even two, to put the large gear on the outside. Or it could be cool to kind of look up at it from inside. Kind of tough to really know. What I do know is when you leave the mill, the fact that you can kind of see the farm this way and then the house that way, I think is a cool left-right view. And then if you're uphill, kind of at the windmill, you can kind of see a full panoramic. $11 or $12. Oh, nice. we go. So that means I need two more skeps, and then we're done with skeps around our place. In fact, thinking of it, I need to go harvest our ceramic hives. Because if I do end up unlocking Beekeeper, where's that at? Farming? Bee Master? I'll be able to at least harvest these skeps in addition to our other ones, without having to repopulate them. Honey pot is full. I'm gonna go ahead and move one of these torch holders up here, just to kind of see what it's gonna look like when it's lit, and then let's make some lanterns. Right? I think we're about due for some lantern activity. Really need to get rid of some of these piles into crates. Can I stack these too? Not overly efficiently, but yes. I need to make a new shield and sword. Lantern, 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 lantern. Start with maybe 6 of them around. 2 at the farm. Initially. 1 at the windmill. And then we'll see where the other ones go. In that regard, I am going to need to make some candles. Specifically 6 of them. All right. Start warming up for the shield. In the meantime, I'll just start hammering out some copper plates. Boom. I don't have the plate making quite down all the way with the heavy hits, but we're doing all right. This is still a lot faster. Okay, these are heated up. Let's do the hoop. Yep. Broke my hammer, didn't realize it. Okay, fine. Let's carry on. Oop, boss. There is a mod for cats. And some other pets. Ungrateful creature that you eat food and give them run away. Oh great, medium temporal storm. Love to see it. Praise Dave. that one's heating up. We'll just continue our copper plate manufacturing. Local guys have been around 3 years and I've fed them every day, but they still don't trust you. Man, if we had some local cats, my girlfriend would go nuts about trying to capture them. Alright, next phase, we need to make a few candles. We'll just use charcoal, why not? Okay, this is going to be my new sword. Boom. Three candles. Let's give this a handle. Good. This gets tossed. So does this. And need a piece of leather for my shield. And then 3 boards. Is it 2 leather? That's 4 leather, okay. Oop, boss. Nice. So we have an extra 100 durability on our shield because of its quality of 5.75. What quality are you making now, Forn? Are you making like ancient quality blacksmith stuff? You have to be, right? Your blacksmithing level affects stuff, right? Because of the perk. So if you are, where is it? Processing, metalworking, blacksmith. Huh? Maybe not. I thought the level does. But maybe not. I don't know, a lot of the stuff I make is not that quality. Like, a lot of the stuff I make is kind of in the 4 or 5s right now. And I have tier 2. That's why I think it's kind of based on level. And it could be a hidden stat. Don't know. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, for now we'll put these on the ground. For now. Oh, can I? Okay, yes, that's on the ground. So we'll stick that on the ground, and then we'll stick this one on the ground. For now. And then this one can go up here. Place that. Maybe we'll stick the torch holder up in this area. Can I do that without it freaking out? Okay. Oh my god, please just grow parsnips. Level 4 in farming. Breaking farmland. Nah. Orchardist. Gatherer. I think I'll go gatherer. Nice, first 9 of 9 mature flax up here. Onion's looking fine. So I'm hoping to the 2 lanterns. We're going to use the lanterns to mark out these sheds to provide light near them. And then I think we're going to have one final little shed thing over here. Because this is going to be another field, so the shed might sit kind of in this spot. And then this will be the field, kind of going back over here. Which will be the 3rd lantern in this area. Still need to make the bridge there. Strip off these seeds. I'm gonna store these plates real quick for later. I might end up building the more permanent root cellar kind of in the is these small? Over by the farm and windmill, you know, like if I have the windmill here, right, and it looks good and everything, then maybe we'll have a root cellar kind of off to the side here, kind of going down. So the mill, all the farm stuff gets stored into here. We get our stables here. Back in here is where our charcoal pit's gonna live. Hey, Pancake. Fetch. Good boy. And then this building will get replaced with a storage shed, barn thing of some kind. This back in here will finally be a house. Yeah, more pancakes in chat. Let's get a wall of pancakes. Pancake Appreciation Day. Let's go. Let's go. I know there's more members in chat. There's more of you. More pancakes. Everyone likes pancake. So you kill a horse and other streams possible to tame random. Also, what mods add them? So we have the mod Equus, EQUUS. And yeah, so we have a horse. If I can get it out of my little temporary pen here, it can be a little scary sometimes. They're a little glitchy, but they are fast. Yeah, don't ride over caves, and then you have to spend an hour digging them out on a rescue mission. But they have all the same attachments the elks have. So we need to put a blanket on this horse. It has the taming emblem. It does not respond to the bone whistle, though. Yeah, we need to get saddlebags for him. Cool thing is the road path actually buffs his speed too. Yeah, okay, so see here, this is one of the little glitches. He's animating like he's moving, but he's not moving. Best way to fix this is just tap sprint, and then he'll start moving again. Yeah, we'll worry about the horse more when we get like our stables and things online for him. So the nice thing is, I think the next, after 2 more crafts of these wide sails, I think we get a third one for free. So we need 4 more normal linen stitched. Really, I need to do some more dungeon diving. Locust nests are great for linen. So actually, let's take the horse over to my girlfriend's area. She has a dungeon there, and I don't know if I get all the locust nests yet. Did I throw a fence down here a second ago? Did. I'm gonna bring this with me. It was enjoyable to watch. I found that to be extremely boring, personally, but it had to be done. It had to be done. Oh, yeah. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Nope. Abort. 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 Inside. What do you guys think of our farm? Personally, I think the weakest thing about our farm in terms of looks is I think the 2 springs that we have that's kind of feeding this brook, which isn't fully all the way down to the river yet. It's just highly unrealistic. It's unbelievable that there's 2 springs left and right side here to fill up a reservoir like this. But otherwise, like if you kind of just suspend disbelief, I think our farm is probably the best farm I've ever made. For sure. And it'll be cool once this windmill is online. This is another little thing. And then when we have our stables here. Then back in here, charcoal pit. Maybe a kiln. Storage building, house. I could build the house almost like overhanging the cliff face here. We could have a infinity pool, right? Very modern. I don't really have a problem with rabbits because I'm on top of a giant hill here and there's a lot of natural hilly terrain around that's all down slope. I don't think rabbits really climb up hills very well. Also, I think I died a lot. I'm gonna just preemptively reset my spawn. What, is golden around? Oh my lord! Golden, the mage, he's squishy. He's dying. Save the poor man. Spell went wrong. Yeah, maybe. Focus on your live stream and let YouTube insert ads for you. Have you guys been getting ads on this stream? Did YouTube turn that back on? Please tell me that hasn't been happening. No ads? Okay. I could also start taking this apart for stuff. For building material. I know Ashley has been. Whoop. Let's just get rid of this. YouTube definitely favors user experience and not advertising. True. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure. I just, you know, whenever I have about 40 people in here, YouTube starts being like, "Oh my God, we could maybe push an ad out." You know, we could do that for you. You know, you don't have to work on it. Yeah, so if you want a decent way to get kind of twine and stuff without having to farm flax, you can kind of get them from these locust nests and things. Don't tell me my horse became untied. Nope, still tied. Good. Ah. Is there just another spawner around? One that gets mandatory ads. He has them turned down as far as they let him. A few others I know have that happen too. Like actual mandatory ads? Are we sure about that? Is that an actual thing? Okay, I know where they're spawning from now. Stir this past fall. Well, I'm glad I'm not that successful then. I also use ad block, so it's not like I get ads anyways. A few years ago, YouTube started forcing their channels to turn on ads. Blender Foundation refused and severely punished them for it. Surprising nobody. You know what? You might find a use for these iron segments. I'm gonna just grab them. They are pretty cool. For some fencing or something. Alright, any other little locust nests that I've missed in here? Got enough for almost half the next windmill blade segment. Man, she's been destroying this thing. Ah, cool. I did leave some. Hey, Blink. Metal spikes hurt so much. Do not land on them. Don't do it. Okay, cool. I got enough for 2 more linen. Just need 2 more worth and we'll be okay. Oh, sweet, a new vessel. I don't know how I missed this. We might... I would say take this home, but I can't throw it on our back, so I'll have to break it to bring it back, which we can. I'll take a free vessel. And another torch holder. Take that too. Wasn't I just in this room or no? Lore book, we'll take that. Stick, so we'll take that. Foreign, what are you guys using the metal parts for nowadays? Anything useful or almost just as a dye for your cloths and leathers and stuff? You haven't used any personally? Okay. Another torch holder all the way up there too. Yeah, these ruins are worth it if you can get in them safely once you have some gear. Surface ones are nice with just leather armor and stuff, but if they... Some of these ruins have a spawn of like a nightmare quality mob. So if that happens, then you're kind of hosed. In a way. Got a lot of metal parts, which is kind of nice. Oh, it's a binder too. That's cool. I didn't realize they were binders. Save me on getting a bunch of nails and stuff. And it might be cool to let it break to copper knuckle or whatever it's called, right? No, I kind of want sushi for dinner, chat. Yeah. Okay, we're fine. I use that. So that was a jumping technique called double jump. You jump, you take damage, and use that to finish off the distance. It's a very high level technique. You guys have probably never heard of it. Very, very advanced stuff here. I have room for a scroll. Spiderwebs used for anything? No. Spiderwebs need better use. In my humble opinion. Should be able to make it into like silk or something for like some clothing options. That'd be cool. Ow. Yeah, advanced technique. That's what I said. We're very advanced here. Advanced building. Advanced survival. I knocked something down in this room, right? Okay. I mean, it might be worth harvesting some of these blocks for our mill. So I might come back here and do that. But I think I finally stopped all the spiders from spawning, so that's something. But it's nighttime. We'll take our horse and get on out of here for now. I'll leave the leave the tie-up spot, I think. By the way, the stables is just constantly expanding over here. Oh yeah, I'm damaged, so therefore my horse is gonna just glitch out. Let me just get on and off my horse, see if that helps a little bit. Candles? I didn't see any candles. I saw some melted candles for maybe decor. Yeah, I think it's... See, it's... The whole game for me just acts funny if I'm not at full HP. It's kind of always done that. Except for in vanilla. I think in vanilla is like the only time that it doesn't do that for me. But even with the horse lockups and stuff, like, I mean, it's worth being able to move this fast. And once we have a saddlebag and everything, it'll be even more worth it. Just don't fall in pits. Pits are bad, okay? Pits are bad. The horse locking up or the overall nat full HP jitters that I get? I think it's a mixed bag. Honestly. Can I stack this? No. I don't know what I want to do with this thing. Pulverizes it to crush rust metal, and then grinds into powdered. I mean, this is how I should store it. Could use it for scrap bombs. This might need to go up towards the mill. Oh yeah, we can see now. Let me turn off. You can see how lit up our garden is now with just the couple lanterns. Kind of fills in some of the spots, for sure. There's still some shadowy areas, but I like that. You know, it shouldn't be fully lit up. But I'm glad these are lit up now, though. Okay, so 26. Boom. Looks like we're about to get another new sales segment for our windmill. Windmill goals are underway. Okay, we need an axle, hammer, chisel. Some fat, and I think some resin. Oh, okay, I guess we didn't need fat or anything. Alright, we'll do that. That. Kind of like the Adventure Story, you can have the crafting recipe open, but not one-click craft. But I prefer immersive crafting, though. I do prefer immersive crafting. I mean, it's their goal to get away from the crafting grid thing. But that's why we have some mods for as much immersive stuff as possible, I think. Now would be a good time to answer that. Thanks, YouTube. Bone broth it up. Bone broth. What's up, Apollo? Apollo, am I to call you Apollo or Ewok at this stage? Okay, what do you want from me, man? You guys are gonna love this, but I have decided to raise this up one again. I've decided to raise this up by one again. Your friend Apollo, it is. Okay. Okay. No, keep that message there. You can keep that message. You're allowed to have that opinion here, Apollo. But get ready for an argument, though. Put that message back so everyone can see it. How dare you run away? Actually, I like the idea of having mud brick ceiling on this. There's something about having kind of the lighter ceiling color. Kind of ties it back into the other structure too. Okay, so let's put the axle back up here because I'm gonna put the large gear on the roof. That way I can try this insulating axle piece. I might need to trade for that though, axle. What do I need for that? Iron. I need to trade for an iron plate again. Crap. Yeah, so we need the large wooden gear. That the thing's gonna kind of be spinning on. Let's also replace some roof pieces here. I wonder if I have any other light mud bricks saved up. Just to prevent this from becoming a monster spawn, I'll just kind of lightly light it up here. Oh man, I'm just so torn on how I want this quern to work. Do I want the most efficient quern, or am I okay with a 75% efficient quern? I think I am okay with a 75% efficient quern. So, what does that mean? Do I just direct drive it and call it a day? Don't do the large gear segment? I could. You know what that means? I put this back down if I direct drive it. If I don't direct drive it, large axle here, and then I will have to kind of like channel an axle down. But that's not how this. So like I'm basing this off, you know, like I said, a Persian windmill. Kind of an ancient windmill design. And they just direct drive it. Straight from the windmill, straight down to the floor, into the millstone. And everything's just in here. But if I do that, the quern has to have a plug-in for a chest. And then a chute that takes up one side. And then we hoppers on all sides. Well, 3 sides. And then those 3 get collected. So that means I should probably put the chest in the front, hook it up. Hoppers on all 3. Get them to elbow down into a chest. It's a lot. Let's try and figure out here. I'm still waiting for these parsnips. How long do parsnips take to grow? 66 days? Okay, I'm spinning my gears a little bit. Being a little indecisive with this. How close are we to the next windmill? So I need 6 more linen. Do I have any merchants nearby? That's a commodities trader. We could take a look, see if they're selling anything. Let's drop off our seeds first. Grab some water. Some stew. Good job. Good boy. Pancakes, best dog. Alright, let's just see what the trader has for sale. Commodity might not sell linen or anything. It could be a tailor one. That's glass. Building materials. Furniture. This is glass and commodities. I'm gonna have to do a bunch of baking, but I really wanted to have the windmill up for flour graining or milling here soon. That's the dream. It's the dream. Okay, we could buy for 3 gears. We can buy some just pure twine. I think that would be fine. 1 gear, supply 2. Okay, so I can't make thread cloth into anything else. Also, horses do something odd with the sound too. Like right now, I don't have environmental sound. I only have like block breaking sound and some ambient sound. Why it does that, I do not know. Rejoining the server just fixes it. Okay, looks like I got something to spin gears on. Man, YouTube really wants me to insert some ads, chat. Like, real bad. I have 3 different pop-ups on the stream analytics. Okay. Cool. That should get us there. Commodities trader for the win. We take that. Okay, and I'm 1 short. Do I have any fibers? Any fibers? I'm 1 short. That'll do it. No. Damn. Okay, well, we'll have to kill some Jeffs. Or something decently well. GMC. I mean, our flax harvest is almost ready. We got mostly 9s at this point. A couple 7s left for the small variety. But I'm going to wait until the whole field's ready to harvest before I do so. Well, regardless, guys, this is a little bit of a 4-hour stream for the weekend. I think we'll pick it up probably sometimes this week. In the meantime, I will be on the server a little bit, but I have things to do tomorrow. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. If I have time, I might. But otherwise, this will be it for the weekend stream. Might do one this, midweek or something like that. But we'll see. Work is, a little bit busy here. Our area is progressing. As always, thank you guys so much for coming out and chilling with us this afternoon. Hope you guys have a good rest of your Saturday. I'll go ahead and throw this into another stream, I suppose. Go say hi to Booster. He was streaming on our server as well. Give him a little bit of an ooh-woo in chat. We'll see you all in the next stream.